Welcome everybody to the Dirt Ranch. I'm going to get started here with a little bit of mowing with my new John Deere 3-point, it's called a rotary cutter. Anyways, it's pretty satisfying to watch all this stuff get mowed. The video is going to take a little bit of a turn here. Yeah, right at the end of this segment. I'll let this run normal speed for a little bit, and then I'll speed it up to get to the next segment. Yeah, sorry for my my camera holder in the top right-hand corner. In case anybody was wondering what that is, that's what's gripping the camera right now. Sorry about that. Well, that made pretty quick work of all that. I'm going to move this stuff around and mow underneath it, and then give me a head start. And I'll probably do the same thing whenever I start tilling all this stuff up. Get rid of all these stickers. You see over here, got a little situation. This tire has been going flat on me, and I just noticed that it was flat again. So I'm looking for some nail or something that's in there, but I don't see anything. There's something on the inside. That all looks good. Well, I don't know. Time to find out though. Because my wife is awesome, she bought me this sweet Vi-Air pump, air pump, compressor for my Jeep, but I'm using it for all kinds of stuff these days. I'm using it on this and Toyota here pretty soon. Pretty nice, it's got a 33% duty cycle. That means I can air up some big old tires like I got on my Jeep. So we'll put this here at the hood. Down there. Got this here. So here's the thing about this setup. This isn't what you'd call super safe. The reason is that tire's off the ground. Yeah, got it on this block over here. See that? So what's going to happen is after a little while that fork is going to slowly start losing pressure. It's going to go down. It's just going to leak down. That's what they do, which is cool. So what I'm going to do, start it back up, lower it down, hook up the cables for my air compressor, and then raise it back up so I can spin the wheel around after I get it aired up. So that's what's happening next. And I have the emergency brake on, or the parking brake on. So two other things happened while I did that. I noticed I sat down on top of this my mount for the front end loader, which may not be great, but may not be bad. It's a sturdy piece. So anyhow, my tire is spinning here. That's the point. So that is going to be important because the next step involves some old soap I used to wash the car with the other day. So now I'm going to find that leak. What I'm looking for is something that is making bubble. I'm not seeing any bubbles from the tread, saying that there would be puncture. There's a little bubble. All right, I'll bring you in closer on that. So this is the culprit. You can see this thing is making bubbles. So here's how you find it. You do like that. There's some other big bubbles around here too. Pop them all. You can see that thing right there is making some tiny bubbles. Tiny bubbles. So that's a slow leak, which is pretty consistent with what I've been having. So it's a good idea to try to figure out how to find that, because once this dries up, you'll never be able to find that again. So if you have a method, so if I put this, if I put the valve stem at 12 o'clock, this down here is going to be, I don't know, so there's 6, there's 7. This is going to be about 8. Yeah, 7:30. Or another one is you could just read the side of the tire and see what it has to say and mark it. So if you put that up at 12, you can see that this says 22 psi. So if I go up there and find 22 psi on the side, that's probably where my hole is going to be. That will be where my hole is going to be, because that's what I'm looking at. So that's where I would plug it if I was going to plug it. The problem is, that is a teeny tiny hole. So well, it might be big enough to plug. I'll have to see. I got a plug kit in the Jeep. I'll go get that and see what happens. These things don't have tubes in them. I don't know if there's been anything that's had a tube in it in the past 20 years or 30 years even. So I should be able to plug it. If you guys haven't seen a tire getting plugged, stick around. You're about to. All right, so here are the pieces and parts of this kit. These things are pretty cheap. I think, I don't know, $8 or $10. If you have it in your car and you have a flat, and you can make it to some power, to some air source, or if you have air source with you, you can pretty much get yourself down the road, pull yourself out of a situation. Keep these in your car. It's not hard to use. I'll show you how to use them right now. But to introduce the pieces, this is the Reamer. You can see it looks like it would do some damage to something, and it will. This is not licorice. I don't like licorice. I wouldn't carry it around with me. This is the plug. So it's really it's a fibrous piece with some rubbery stuff over it. Now in the kit you'll buy, it'll also have a little piece of, or a little container of silicone, which is good to have. My kit is very old. I had this for a long time, and my silicone's dried out. This is the plug inserter. So what you do is take this rope, and you can see it's sticky, and take this little rope and you put it in that hole right there, just like threading a needle. If you've never threaded a needle before, you should have learned how to sew. And these come in like, I don't know, 6 or 8 in a little thing, but you can buy more of these if you need them. I have another bunch of them over here. Anyway, so that's what they look like, and I'll show you how to make the most out of this thing. First, we must ream. All right, hey, look at me, down on one knee. Get to be a habit. So let me run you through how you ream this thing. First, you've got to find your hole. I know it's right there, but oh no, where's my hole at? How will I ever find it? Oh, I don't know. I could look at some video documentary, or I could place my valve stem at 12 o'clock, and I said it was like 12:30ish or 7:30ish. I come over here and I'm like, oh, hey, look, there's the words that I was trying to remember, and oh, look, there looks to be a hole. Well, or if you still have some of this stuff, you can put over that, clean it off good, and say, there's the hole. Now, the reamer is bigger than the hole. The reason is that the thing that we're going to be putting in there needs to have a hole that's the size. It can't go into a super small hole. This is what I'm talking about. That can't go into that hole, so we need to make that hole a size that it can go into. Let's see if that'll sit right there. The reamer. Don't fear the reamer. Find the hole. If you had a nail or something in there, you would obviously pull the nail out first. And you can hear it going in there. So if it wasn't bad before, that's bad. So give us one of these a couple times. You don't have to get crazy with it. It just needs to be roughly the size of that. Take this, shove that in there. And then this may require 2 hands, so I'll try it with one. Oh, yeah. That thing has gone in. See how far it's gone in? Now, the extraction is key as well. So just give it a quick pull, and it'll slide right through those that kind of opening right there. That's 2 pieces, and then you're left with that, which is pretty cool, as long as it doesn't leak. So let's check. That seems to have fixed it. But we got to put some more air in it, because maybe it just ran out of air. Let's pump it up. Pump, pump, pump it up. Keep that cowboy spirit up. it's got that 40 pounds in it, which is where it should be. And no leak. Yeah. So if you had a pair of scissors on you, that's how you take care of that extra, but I don't. I have a knife. So I'm going to just trim that off. And that'll smush down. The reason you don't want to leave it long is because if the tire spins, and this is like on the tread, it will snatch that right out. It's just held in there by friction and the the pressure of that hole. And that's how you do it. So I'm going to keep an eye on it, obviously, but I'm going to consider this thing fixed, and I'll check it as I drive it and make sure it doesn't continue to leak, or make sure there's not another leak. I didn't see anything else in there. I'll probably run it through the soapy water one more time before I call it a day. But that's how you do that. Got any questions? Ask them down in the comments. Also, while you're down there, leave a comment, and you could say whatever you like. I don't care if it's good or bad. Somebody, I guess, doesn't like me hunting wabbits, and gave me a thumbs down on that video where I was talking about the rabbit. So anyhow, that's fine. Whatever. Leave a comment, and you can subscribe as well if you haven't done that. I appreciate that. And if you want to share this, share away. I would appreciate it. And I don't think this is a sign off, but I just want you guys to know that I do appreciate you coming over to the dirt ranch and just kind of hanging out and seeing what's happening over here. I'll probably run through the garden. Ranch and Rach was over there while I was doing all this nonsense, and she was putting in some peppers and some tomatoes. So I'll run you through the garden before we sign off. All right, see you in a bit. Okay. Good night. Ranch and Rach brought me some little picnic out here with some of her homemade mustard and some beer rocks from Stephanie. Right? Steph mentioned stuff?
From Shannon's cousin.
Oh, from Shannon's cousin.
We like to buy local when we can, and this honey that we put in the mustard is Zarate honey here local in Riverdale. Very good. If you can get some, get some.
Indeed. Get some of these too.
She's making them to supplement her income while she's home from work during the quarantine. And a dozen is $48. They're super good. You can contact Shannon McIntosh. She's the one who picked them up for me. I just Venmo'd her some money, and she delivered them to me, all safe and quarantine clean and easy.
I believe it's called No Touch Delivery.
No Touch Delivery. She also had a chicken version with spinach that was fabulous. I had that for lunch today.